If I had told you or any investor in the late 90s that there were going to be 3 companies with the foundational patents behind CRISPR-Cas9, which is the most advanced gene editing flavor, I'll say, these days. And I had told you these companies are going to cure diseases that have been the scourge of human existence, right? They're going to be able to cure pediatric blindness or cancer, as I mentioned before. My guess in the late 90s, when investors were chasing dreams and too much capital chased too few opportunities too soon, that those 3 companies would have accumulated in market cap to roughly $200 to $300 billion in market cap, right? They would have, because they'd get a royalty on every therapeutic that was going to be developed. And today we think the recurring revenue base in terms of the therapies just for single gene caused diseases, we think that's a recurring revenue base of $75 billion. They'd get 10% of that. Single genes are responsible for only 2% of all diseases. That's just the beginning. So the idea of $200 to $300 billion, certainly in the bubble, easy. Today, those 3 stocks in the market together can't even reach $5 billion in market cap. Now think about it. Apple is a $1 trillion market cap company, and it's changed our lives, and we love our Apple phones and AirPods and watches. But Apple is not curing cancer. It's not curing disease. These companies, we believe, will, but there's so much fear in the marketplace, and there are all kinds of reasons to avoid them. The cap is too small, or which is this kind of circular reasoning. The cap is too small, or they've just entered human trials. I'll wait to see what happens. Well, that'll be too late if these human trials are successful. One of the first one being pediatric blindness. A baby born blind, you correct that programming error, the baby can see. It works in mice, it works in non-human primates. If it works in human beings, think about what the reaction will be. Well, we'd prefer to be in the stocks before that reaction.
Hey everybody, today we're going to understand the genomics and look at the best genomic stocks that we should buy right now, which could go up 20 to 50 times in the next 5 years. And I know that 50 times seems a lot, but Tesla just went up almost 10 times in just 1 year. And the main reason why you should understand genomics before investing is, it is important to understand the purpose of a company. When I was investing in Tesla, I knew that Tesla was bringing about a massive change in the world, a shift to electric cars, which is why it was very easy for me to bet on Tesla. I bought Tesla at $400 a share, and today, though the stock is very volatile, my position has more than doubled. And I'm not looking to sell because I know the purpose of Tesla and I believe in it. And when I understood genomics, I knew this could bring a lot of change to the world and help to treat a lot of diseases. So when you believe in something, it's easy to bet on it. So let's understand genomics, and before we get into the video, please subscribe if you haven't already. It's free and you can always change your mind later. And do hit the like button, guys. It really helps me out a lot with the YouTube algorithm. Enjoy the video. Genomics is the study of the genomes inside of us, and let's try to understand human genomics. Everybody on the planet has a genome which is responsible for the development of a person. And as you can see by looking at any crowd of people, we all look really different. And however, we've discovered in recent years that we're actually 99.9% identical, or even more than that. So isn't it remarkable how much diversity and difference you can create from a very small number of changes in your genomes? But of course, now that we know that we are 99.9% identical, we still want to know what is it which drives all these differences. Why is one person tall and another person short? Why does one person live 100 years and another person dies at 35? Why does one person get cancer and another person does not? And many of these things we suspect are driven by our genomes, and we want to understand that. So another thing, one of the most basic things that our genomes determines is, how does our body develop? We start off, as you all know, we start off as one single cell which divides into few identical cells. but that quickly divides into an embryo and eventually grows into a whole person. Another big area of research in genomics is cancer. So cancer is essentially a genetic disease which we know now, and cancer cells are simply again the cells in our body that have the same genetic code, the same genomes in them, but somehow they start replicating without control. That is what makes something cancerous. And basically what it actually means is that the cells which are dividing without any check on their division is called cancer. And in fact, we define cancer by the type of cells that started the cancer. So when someone says that someone has skin cancer, what it actually means is that a skin cell starts dividing without control.
If I look backward, as you well know, Tesla accounts for almost a fifth of the return that you have generated in that 5-year time span. Which of your current holdings, Cathie, do you think will supply the biggest lift in the next 5 years?
Tesla's still in the running, but I would have to say the biggest upside surprises are going to come from the genomic space. And that's because the convergence of DNA sequencing, artificial intelligence, and gene therapies, importantly CRISPR gene editing, are going to cure disease. That convergence is going to cure disease. Now we have real science and technology surfacing the mutations in our genomic profile. And as they surface those mutations, what do we see? We see the earliest manifestations of disease. And now, with the combination of artificial intelligence and gene editing, we're able to both anticipate diseases and cure them potentially. Beta thalassemia, we're seeing it, sickle cell disease. We even think it will work in diabetes, which is where most, if you look at the largest category of spending year to year in healthcare, it's diabetes.
Some of the best performing ETFs in 2020 have been the ARK funds, which are actively managed by Cathie Wood. Cathie Wood is a long-time Tesla bull who is now betting heavily on genomic stocks. Genomic stocks are expected to drive strong returns for the next 5 years, even better than Tesla is what she said. And the biggest upside surprises is going to come from the genomic space, and the main reason why we're going to see the genomic stocks go through the roof is because that the convergence of DNA sequencing, the artificial intelligence and the gene therapies, all these things, they're going to help to cure diseases, and in a time like the pandemic when the diseases have to be dealt with, the genomic stocks really show a lot of potential, and I think they're going to be more relevant, and that could drive the stock price even higher. And I think that is why we should get in early before the stock price goes through the roof. And Cathie Wood has also said that these stocks could be the next Facebook, the next Apple, the next Amazon, the next Netflix and the next Google. So you should really watch out for these stocks. Cathie Wood's 5 favorites in the ARK genomic revolution have gone up by a combined 431%, which means that the stock has gone up 4 times. They comprise of Arcturus Therapeutics Holdings, the San Diego-based biotechs focused on the treatment of diseases, including the coronavirus. And they represent 4.7% of the fund, and they have delivered returns of 750% in 2020. Teladoc Health, which comprises 4.6% of the fund, has gone up 136% in the past 12 months. The CRISPR Therapeutics, which considers 6.2% of the fund, has delivered returns of 177%. The Pacific Biosciences of California, which represents 7% of the fund, has gone up 432%, which is massive. If you're looking to invest in the genomic stocks, these are the stocks you should watch out for. The first one is CRISPR Therapeutics. It is the second largest holding in ARKG and the third largest holding in ARKK. It represents one of the biggest bets Cathie Wood has placed on genomics. The company is one of the several gene editing companies. And CRISPR Therapeutics a month before was priced at 166 on the same date. In 21st December, the stock was at 166, and today the stock is almost at 200, which means that the stock has gone up more than 20%. And the next one is Editas Medicine. This is a stock which Cathie Wood owns in both the portfolios, but the stock has been going down from the past 1 month. A month before, the stock was priced at $83.6, and since then the stock has gone down to 70, which means that the stock is going down. And if you're looking to invest, now could be a right time, but before you buy any stock, always do the due diligence and it's always important to do your own research no matter what they say, because the stock which I said before this, the CRISPR Therapeutics, it went up, but this stock, it went down. So if you would have bought it at 83, now the stock is at 70, but this doesn't mean that you should sell. If you just wait for the right time, the stock will go up as well. And if you look at how the stock has done in the past 6 months, the stock was priced at $32 in July, and from 32 in the 6 months, the stock has more than doubled its value. So I think it's only a matter of time when the stock price goes so high. It also comes down to a correction value, but I'm sure that the stock will be back to about 100 in the next 3 to 4 months. Or if you're buying right now, 70 could be a right price, but if you've bought it when everyone were predicting to buy this stocks at 83, if you bought this at 83, my suggestion is that if you have more money, buy more stocks of this, because this stock is it's only a matter of time. This stock is gonna go high as well, so you could make up for the losses and make some extra money on that as well. These are the top 10 holdings of ARK Invest in genomic stocks. The first one is my personal favorite, as I've said before, CRISPR Therapeutics. The second one is Specific Biosciences of California, Arcturus Therapeutics, Twist Bioscience Corporation, Invitae Corporation, Teladoc Health, Personalis, Cardex, Iovance Biotherapeutics, Exact Science Corporation. So these are the 10 stocks which you should buy right now, and don't invest all of your money in this. If your portfolio is worth $100,000, I would recommend at least $20,000 to $25,000 on these stocks, because they have really more potential than any other stocks out there right now. So as of now, the way market is behaving, I won't mind adding 25% of my portfolio to genomic stocks and just see what happens to them a year later. So today it's Jan 2021, and if you invest in these stocks, I would be very interested to see where these stocks would be by Jan 2022. And even I'm looking to buy these stocks, and I haven't bought them yet. The only stock I own as of now is Tesla and a small portion of NIO, but I'm looking to get into these stocks, and when I get them, I will make a video about the stocks that I've bought. And if you have bought any of these stocks, feel free to leave a comment down below so that all of our subscribers can see them and they can have the discussion about which genomic stock is the best buy right now. I don't actually have $25,000 as of now to invest, but I can invest around $10,000 in the genomic stocks, and I guess I would do that in less than a month. And I'm very excited about this, and could well be worth $15,000 to $20,000 by the beginning of next year, in exactly the next 12 months. So I'm very excited, guys. I hope you all are too as well. And that's it, guys, from here today. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and do hit the like button, guys. It really helps. Have a good day, everyone.